I'm dead because I fell in love with my brother, and the person who killed me was my best friend. But my brother married the person who killed me. On the day Jasmine killed me by the sea, I was arguing with Ryan. He said, "Grace, we have no blood ties. I never thought of you as my sister." My heart ached sharply. Thankfully, we were arguing over the phone. He couldn't see my distraught face. Straining, I replied, "Good. I never thought of you as my brother either. Ryan, we are enemies. Understand, enemies." After hanging up, I added his name to the blacklist. Looking up, the light dimmed before my eyes. My good friend Jasmine, with a fierceness I had never seen, stared at me. "Die, Grace." She clutched my neck and lifted a sharp stone. She struck my temple repeatedly. The intense pain made my body convulse. Blood streamed down my cheeks, turning my vision overwhelmingly red. In my final moments of consciousness, she pulled out a knife and horribly mutilated my face, mocking me. She laughed. "I really didn't need to disfigure your face. No one would look for you even if you disappeared, Ryan. Didn't you know after all these years how much your brother detests you?" I tried to speak, but no sound came out. Only fresh blood bubbled from the cuts in my throat. Jasmine's smile grew wider as she watched me. "By the way, do you want to know why your brother hates you? It's because he discovered your inappropriate feelings for him. He was disgusted. Ryan found out I liked him. He was disgusted." This was the last thought that flashed through my mind before I died. After I died, my soul did not immediately vanish. As I floated, I watched Jasmine tie my broken body to a stone and sink it into the sea. The beach was deserted, backed by endless hills, in a foreign land. No one noticed her efforts to obliterate all traces of my existence. I saw Jasmine take my phone and board an international flight. Though she said nothing aloud, I heard her voice. "Everything should be fine now. Right, no issues, player." A strange voice answered, with Grace out of the way. "You can freely pursue Ryan. It's not just about the pursuit." Jasmine bit her lip. Her cheeks flushed as if shy. "I really do like him." It took me a few seconds to realize. These were the thoughts inside Jasmine's heart. She had feelings for my brother. It seemed she had a system aiding her in her pursuit of him. The system reassured, "Relax, player. With your likable nature and not being a troubled girl like Grace, Ryan is bound to fall for you." How could Grace possibly compare to me? Jasmine raised her hair and thought proudly. She was a dark, twisted soul, secretly keeping his shirts and cuddling them in her dorm. Ryan avoids her, likely repulsed at the mere sight of her. I've always known there's something wrong with me. I have the darkest and most shameful thoughts about my brother. The last time I saw Ryan was on my 21st birthday. As usual, he had someone deliver a selection of haute couture dresses and threw a grand party for me, but he refused to see me. I walked through the living room lit by flickering lights and past the pool, finding his car parked outside as expected. Seeing me through the slightly open car window, he paused. "You should be inside celebrating your birthday with your friends," he said. His tone detached. I swallowed the words I intended to say. In a mocking tone, I responded, "I came out to check since you missed my party. Who knows, maybe you weren't here because you are dead." He tilted his head slightly, disappointed to see I'm alive. I scoffed, "Of course. After all, if you were really dead, all of the Rivers family wealth would be mine. Then, I'd have to pop champagne to celebrate." Ryan fell silent. The streetlights were too dim to illuminate the car's interior. His face was mostly hidden in shadows, his expression unclear. At that moment, I felt the perverse sense of relief. It was better not to see clearly. That way, I couldn't see the blatant disgust in his eyes. I know Ryan despises me. When I was 14, my mother and his father died in a car crash during an argument. Since then, every time we met, he would greet me with a cold face, asking me to keep my distance. I would defiantly retort, "You think I'm desperate for you? I can't even eat at the same table with you." Over time, our relationship became increasingly strained. To avoid seeing me, Ryan even moved out of the Rivers family villa where he had lived for over a decade. He is always calm and rational, but he can't even maintain basic decency around me. It seems he hates me to the core yet cannot escape me. I've often wondered, if I die, what would Ryan think? Would he feel even a trace of sorrow? Or would he just laugh and tell everyone, "My sister, she and I share no blood. Her death is merely a relief to me"?